Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Students, in the revision series, revision section, revision class, right, we did 16 questions in the linear motion. We continue the questions. Question number 17 from 1999 O level. Right, what is the correct velocity time graph for a motion of a ball which has projected vertically upwards? Right, yesterday we discussed or yesterday means in the last class we discussed that the object which has been projected upwards, right, velocity change with the time, how we are representing in the VT graph. We discussed that, right, T, right, initially it has a velocity, and you have to start with a velocity, right. Once it reaches the maximum value, right, it's going to get the zero velocity, right. Again the velocity is going to increase in the opposite direction, right. Finally you have to consider the displacement is zero, right. Therefore the positive displacement subtracted by the negative displacement, right. The slope should be equal, the same slope should be shown, because to show the gravitational acceleration is constant. Okay, first graph. What about the second graph? The answer is first graph. What about the second graph? Right, according to your O level, this second graph may be Rth. They have given a small condition. Consider the velocity to upwards as positive. This as positive, then the downwards is going to be negative. Then the positive value should be started with the positive value, right. Otherwise the second graph also correct. If they have not mentioned this condition, then the second graph also going to be correct. Why? Starting with the velocity, at the top the velocity becoming zero, after that it's going to move in the opposite direction, right. One side displacement, the next side displacement, then this is going to deduct this, right. Finally the displacement is going to be zero, right. Therefore this graph also correct, right. If not, the condition that has been given in the bracket is not there, right. The bracket, within the bracket, consider the velocity upwards as positive, therefore it's correct. This is the correct answer. This is, considering this question, it's wrong. Third, it cannot be. Fourth also cannot be. Sorry, in the fourth answer, right, there is a logic, right, which is fulfilling. Initial velocity is there, at the top the velocity is zero, again velocity is increasing, right. That logic has been satisfied, but since the displacement is zero, is not satisfied. Why? Here you have a displacement, the same side you have another displacement. Therefore finally at end of time t, right, this object having two displacements, right, total displacement will be accounted, right, the sum of these two. Then it's wrong, right. This may be correct once it reaches the zero velocity. After that, if it is increasing the velocity in the same direction, right, then this can become like this, right, because displacement, after that the continuously displacement is going to increase, right. Then this is okay, but since this is not possible under motion under gravity, right, this is wrong. But this can be mentioned like this: a car, there is a light post, right, a car is moving with a velocity of 5 meters second minus 1, right, making a retardation or deceleration. With the deceleration, it's getting the velocity as velocity as 0, right. Once it reaches 0, again it's going to accelerate with the same value, right, and it's reaching that 5 meters second minus 1 again, right. In this occasion, right, velocity has been reduced up to 0. After that the velocity has been increased up to 5 meters second minus 1, right, in the same direction, right. Because of the same direction motion, right, the displacement here is not reduced continuously, it's increasing with the time, right. Therefore, after the reaching 0, if it is increasing the displacement, then you have to draw the graph in the same side as side itself, right. Therefore, this is the correct graph for a type of motion like this. Okay, right? Okay, that is the question from 1999, question number 17. Right, question number 18. Question from 2011. A man traveled 12 km with a speed of 6 km per hour and came back to the initial position with the speed of 3 km. What is the average speed? Right? To find the average speed. Average speed is about the total calculation, not about the actual value. Right? The total calculation, by the total calculation we are finding the average speed, right, by substituting the values in this equation. What is the equation? Total distance traveled divided by total time taken, right. We are considering the whole motion, right. We are not considering actually what happened in the motion. We are not worrying about it, right. We are considering complete motion, and by the complete motion how much of the complete distance has been covered and what is the time taken to that complete motion. That is what we are considering here, right. Therefore, the total distance traveled, you have to find it. 12 km when he go, right, by coming back again the same 12 km is going to be covered, right. If he is covering 12 kilometers to go, then again to come also he has to cover the same distance, right, 12 kilometers, right. What is the time taken? The total time taken using the data given here for the first movement from A to B, 12 kilometers with 6 km hour minus 1. Right, again in the return motion, right, 12 kilometers with 3 km hour minus 1, right. Then we can find the time taken here using this data, right. What is the data here? You have the speed is equal to the speed is equal to displacement, distance over time taken. What is the distance covered? Distance over time taken. What is the distance covered? 12 km divided by the time taken is, we don't know what the time taken, right. The V is given there 6 km hour minus 1. When we are working in the MCQ, you don't want to put this the units, right. You just do the rough work quickly and write the answer. Okay. When you are doing the essay type questions and structure type question, you have to put the units. Then only they will give you the complete marks, right. If you take this, then 2 hours for this motion, 2 hours for this motion, right. V is equal to d over t, velocity 3 km hour minus 1, right. Distance covered 12 kilometers divided by the time taken t, Therefore t is equal to 4 hours. Then for the return motion it's 4 hours. Then the total time taken is going to be 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4. Then 24 divided by 6 is going to be equal to 4 kilometer hour minus 1. This is in hour, this is in kilometer. Answer is second. Right, question number 19. (2004) O-level question. A statement question. An object thrown vertically upwards passes a certain point A on its upwards journey along a straight path. Right, and falls to the ground along the same path, right, which is the wrong statement regarding the motion of the resistance of air. Which is the wrong statement regarding the motion, right? Resistance of air is negligible. We have to neglect the resistance of air. The object is moving, thrown upwards, it's going up and coming down, right? In the journey it's crossing a point A. Okay, now the statements are: the acceleration of the body will remain constant throughout its motion. Yes, right, it always act downwards with the value of g in the numerical value 10 meters second minus 2, right? Actual value, this is a rounded value. The actual value is 9.81 meter second minus 2 in the surface of Earth, right? The speed of the object is reduced to 0, then increase, right? The speed of the object is reduced up to 0 and it's going to increase. It's correct. The first answer, first statement and the second statements are correct. The velocity and the acceleration of the body are 0 at the maximum point. The velocity and the acceleration of the body. No. Velocity is 0, it's correct. The v is 0, it's correct. Acceleration not 0. Why acceleration is not 0? Once it reaches the maximum point, at that point, from that point it's increasing its velocity. If it is increasing its velocity means the object itself having a ability of increasing its velocity. That ability is known as the gravitational acceleration, the acceleration. Right? If an object is having an ability to increase its velocity means the acceleration is acting on it. Right? If no acceleration is there, then what is going to be happen? Think about the Newton's second law. What is Newton's second law say? Unbalanced force is not acted on the object. The object is going to remain in the same velocity. Right? Once it reaches the maximum point, velocity becoming 0. After the velocity becoming 0, the acceleration is not exist. What is going to be happen? It's going to remain with the same velocity 0. Right? It can't increase the velocity. If it is increasing its velocity in the opposite direction, since at the point of the top, right, or the point where the velocity is 0, right, the velocity acceleration itself is going to act, it's acting, right? Then that statement is wrong, right, because of the acceleration. If they have the given only the velocity, considering only the velocity, then it's correct, the statement is correct. But they are considering the acceleration as well, therefore the statement is wrong, right? The third statement is the wrong statement. We see the fourth statement as well. The speed of the object when it goes upward at the point A is equal to the speed at A on its journey, right? When the velocity crosses the A upwards, right, it's going to be equal to the velocity when it cross downwards, the same point. It's correct, right? If you are throwing with the 10 meter second minus 1 velocity, right? When it comes back, if you neglect the air resistance, when it comes back, 10 meter second minus 1 is going to be the velocity. The same level having the same velocity in the either sides, right? If you take this level, the velocity upwards is going to be equal to velocity downwards. At the point A, the velocity upwards VA is going to be equal to VA in the downwards, right? That is the symmetry of this motion under gravity, the symmetrical nature of the motion under gravity. Another point you have to note it, right? Another symmetry is there. When the time taken to reach up, right, the time taken to reach up is going to be equal to the time taken to reach down, right? If the time taken to reach up 1 second, the same 1 second is going to take to come down, right? Then the time taken to reach point A, right, the time taken to reach point A is equal to the time taken to reach from A, reach the ground from A, the T is going to be equal. The time taken to go from here to here is equal to the time taken to come from here to there, here to here, right? There is a symmetry on the time and the velocity. Keep this in your mind, right? In this question they have discussed the time, the velocity, right? Some other questions can discuss about the time, inshallah, right? Then when we are discussing those questions, sometimes we require this knowledge. Okay students, I'll stop this video with these questions. Inshallah we'll continue the rest in the next video. Barakallahu fikum, jazakumullah khair.